Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Now, the actress who is called Liz Ajorin is now in a very big problem. A Yoruba arts and culture promoter who is based in Canada, and his name is Mr. Joel Olaniyi. He has now asked the Lagos State High Court to compel Nollywood actress, that's Mrs. Elizabeth Ajorin, popularly known as Lizzy Ajorin, to pay him 30 million for alleged defamation. And currently, Mr. Olaniyi, who is the plaintiff, in his February 23rd statement of claim and a 13-paragraph affidavit, alleged that Liz Ajari defamed him on her social media page. And he's saying that he actually became conversant with the actress in the course of his business as a promoter and an enabler of Yoruba art, culture, and tradition. That was in 2018 when he was preparing to organize the annual Asa Day for the 2018 in Canada, since he's actually based there. So he's the one that is actually in charge of the Asa Day. He said that the actress was contacted to participate in the event and all issues relating to her participation and engagement in the Asa Day 2018 were sorted out effectively and also conclusively, that there was no problem, everything, all the arrangement with her was fine and okay. But Mr. Olani claimed that on January 30th, 2021, several of his acquaintances informed him that they saw a post on a social media attributed to the actress titled "The Fraudster of Manitoba" and "The Fraudster of Winnipeg." This was what the claim that Lizzy Ajorin had posted down on her Instagram page, which alleged that Mr. Olaniyi perpetrated a fraud on her, and people that were also connected to her were affected with this fraud as she has claimed. But right now, Mr. Olaniyi said that there was no justification for Lizzy Ajorin's issue, that the post regarding his personality, adding the content of this post was damaging to his own character, and he is not okay with that. That is the reason why he said he's going as far as he can go. Stated that in his response he briefed his counsel, who wrote Liz Ajorin on February 1st, 2021, and the letter was delivered to the actress in her business address in Lekki, Lagos State, Nigeria. He alleged that despite receiving the letter, that Liz Ajorin again went ahead to issue, publish, and commission further defamatory posts against him. If this is really true, why would you have to keep up defaming someone's character like this? If someone has issued a warning against what you have done at the first time, at least it should give you a step back and like, okay, stop here. But going further to keep on issuing claims against this person or saying horrible things about the person again doesn't really tell well about Lizzy Ajorin, if this is true, like I would say. And he said he wants the court to order Lizzy Ajorin to immediately delete all her defamatory posts on her Instagram handle and other social media platforms, tender an unreserved apology for her alleged action against him, and pay him the sum of 30 million as damages for the wrongful and unlawful assassination of his character. He also wants the court to grant an order of perpetual injunction restraining Lizzy Ajorin from engaging in any other damaging post on social media or any other platform concerning, touching, and that will also affect him. But as of this time, this is what he has actually penned down, and it's coming up because ever since after he had filed for this sue of the case, Lizzy Ajorin still continues to defame his character, and he is not liking it at all. No one would like that. But as of this time, Lizzy is yet to file her own defense. But should you have to go ahead to do things like this and in public? Social media is public. You don't have to come out on the street and announce or say something about somebody before you can call it public environment. No, social media is a public place because it's an open place. Everybody troop in and out. It's just like a market where different people come in, go from different parts of the world. That is how the social media is. And if someone who is also a prominent person, because Mr. Olaniyi is prominent in Canada, since he's the one that actually organizes the arts and culture of the Yorubas in that country. So everybody would meet him for everything, and a lot of people from different parts of the country as well that are participating in this particular cultural act will communicate with him and make sure that things are in order. And that has made him to get so mad because a lot of people are seeing all of this post and wondering, is he also a fraudster? That would also affect his business. That would also affect his organization, owing to the fact that he is the one in charge of a well-known activity in Canada. And when you post things like this, especially about fraud, it scares people away from the person, and it affects business so much because even if you have other business partners and other business companies that are affiliated to your own, they will now have to start thinking twice and be thinking that, okay, is this person real? Are we sure that we are actually relating with the right person on the business? And when all of these things are coming up, you find out that that person's business starts diminishing. If he or she had like 1,000 people that patronize him or her, you find out that at the end of the day, you may have just like 500. Anything about fraudster, nobody wants to identify themselves with such people. They'll be scared to invest. They'll be scared to be partners with you. They'll be scared to even come to you and make any further inquiries. Such things can really destroy someone completely. But like I said earlier, if this is true about Lizzy Ajorin, that is not a good way for her to go about things. I think if she felt this guy had either done something wrong to her or didn't go about things the way they had all agreed, there is no harm in communicating with this guy one on one. Call him. It's not like he's a new person to her. Communicate with him, express what you felt, and lay it out there on the table for this person to explain and say what his own part of the involvement is. From there, you can all iron things out and settle it amicably if there is a problem. Just jumping into social media without communicating with the person. Now that this guy, Mr. Olaniyi, has gone further to ensure that Lizzy pays for defamation of character, you should know that it's not going to end up there. And from all indication, if he is saying Lizzy keeps going back to her social media to keep up with damaging his image, it obviously means that on her own path, she doesn't even care what the outcome would be. Well, some people are saying she has the money, and so paying 30 million from her own ends may not really mean anything to her. She will keep up at what she wants to do till she gets her own satisfaction. Different comments from different people. Well, we'll get to see how it turns out to be. Definitely, we know Lizzy Ajorin, she would come up with her own part of the incident of the story of what is out there. That's another disadvantage of issues like this. If Lizzy Ajorin actually did this and repeated it over and over again, going to her social media to defame his character, it means you need to be very careful with the kind of people you deal with. Probably she didn't think that this guy would go to this extent. Even though, yes, people are saying she has the money and all, but that doesn't mean you should use that as an advantage to do whatever you want to do and then feel you will get away with it or you can always pay your way out. And that is not how things things work. And you know, some people, you can't just mess around with them and they'll sit calm and watch you. They will ensure they get to the last and make you pay for whatever you have done to them. And social media is just not a platform for you to go out there and say things, especially if you are not sure of what has happened. Probably she felt cheated on one way. Fine. If she actually felt cheated, if she actually felt that what was meant for her wasn't rightly given to her, then you call the attention of this person. These are two matured people. Why go on social media to say all manner of things about this person? It didn't make any sense at all. Because if you had called this guy to lay your complaint or express what you have observed or what you felt, I'm sure any reasonable person would explain to you. If probably you felt cheated, then the person may say, okay, sorry. Or if you were not cheated, the person would explain to you how things work. Probably things might have changed from the previous years as to how it used to happen. And then maybe Lizzy was not updated with regards to changes, and so she felt cheated. Probably it might have transpired that way, and it has led to anger and making Lizzy to go on her Instagram to lash out on the guy that way. But notwithstanding, she's not still justified. Even if she felt cheated, communication is key. She would have let this guy know and say, look, please, I need explanations or what really happened. And then the person will be out there to make you understand. And I'm sure if she was really cheated, the guy would definitely make it up to her. They are both prominent people. He is prominent in whatever he's doing down there in Canada, and he would not want to tarnish his image, because he obviously knows if he finds out that Lizzy was cheated and he didn't want to do anything about it, she would drag him out there and it would destroy his business, which is what is happening now. But at the same time, if Lizzy was actually cheated and then no one decided to do anything about it, is she still justified to go online on social media to defame his character like that? Friends, that's another question, because there are two things here. We don't know what really transpired, if Lizzy was actually cheated or not, and if he is a fraudster or not, we don't know that. But at the same time, the question out there is, if Lizzy was actually cheated, is this the right way for her to go about it? And if this guy had defrauded her one way or the other, should she have called his attention or either request for his arrest? What do you think would have been the best approach to something like this? Owing to the fact that he has now sued her, but she has not really filed her own case yet. But like I said, we're still waiting for Lizzy Ajorin. Definitely, we all know that Lizzy will still come out to say something regarding this. Friends, please, whatever you feel about this, you could put that down at the comment section. This goes out there to everybody. If someone you have gone into a business with and the person has either cheated you one way or the other, first, before you even go to social media, I think it's better to communicate and hear from that person. Probably there was a mix-up somewhere, or probably the person didn't even know. Some people will assign people to do certain jobs, and in the course of that, things may go wrong, and then the person in charge may not even be aware that this is what must have happened or transpired. Until you that feel you've been cheated or something wrong has affected you, you call the person's attention and let the person know. Then you may get explanations as to why or why that shouldn't have happened or why that happened. I think that's the best way to go about things. Guys, what do you all think too? Rather than going to social media immediately to now lash at the person, maybe unknown to this person that this whole thing had even hurt you or you felt bad about it. It calls for caution for everybody who feels they can easily go on social media and then say things about people without even confirming first from the person. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.